It's that time. Harvest.
You guys, everyone wants me to cry today. No way.
It's rare to witness a basketball player become overwhelmed with emotion over another player's achievement, but that's exactly what happened when Aya Wilson, the WNBA champion, had a heartfelt reaction to Caitlin Clark's upcoming jersey retirement. The news sparked a wide range of emotions. Some fans might have thought, isn't this what happens all the time? Players get their jerseys retired. But this moment is anything but ordinary. Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement is already making history, even before the ceremony has taken place. Wilson, who graduated almost 10 years ago, had her own jersey retirement ceremony in mind long before Clark's announcement. But let's dive into the timeline and the reactions that have sparked so much buzz. What's truly fascinating is that while Aya Wilson's supporters have voiced their concerns about the timing of Clark's jersey retirement, the truth is that Caitlin Clark is already changing the course of women's basketball. February 2, 2025, will be a historic day when both but it's Clark's ceremony at Iowa that has stolen the spotlight. The excitement surrounding Clark's event is absolutely electric. It's a game changer. The date coincides with a highly anticipated match against USC, featuring rising star Juju Watkins. This nationally televised game is expected to draw an audience like never before, and the ticket prices are setting records. The most expensive ticket to Clark's jersey retirement ceremony is a jaw-dropping $711, more than some NBA Finals tickets. For the best seats in the house, expect to pay over $8,000. In comparison, tickets to Aya Wilson's ceremony are
Taking on USC and Juju Watkins, nationally televised game, I believe. February 2nd, 2-2, so it's 22. Everything about
conference highlights Clark's incredible reach and star power. The demand for tickets to her ceremony is a direct reflection of how much she's revolutionized the game, making women's college basketball a global phenomenon. Clark's most recent home game even broke attendance records, with tickets priced at $450. And while those prices might seem high, they're nothing compared to the demand for her jersey retirement event. But what's even more impressive is how Clark's popularity is attracting new fans to the sport, people who may have had little interest in women's basketball before. This isn't just a moment in sports history, it's a cultural shift that's changing the way.
that is a supply and demand thing. Especially in today's day and age, where there's no such thing as a sellout, right? Where you can go to any event you want as long as you're willing to pay.
Athletics. Clark is now the leading scorer in women's college basketball, and her influence extends far beyond the court. What's happening here is more than just one player's legacy, it's the beginning of a revolution in the game itself. Aya Wilson's journey in basketball is a dream come true. She's poured her heart and soul into the sport, and all of her hard work has led to a moment of recognition. But this story isn't over yet, there's more to the story, and some surprising insights are coming from Wilson's camp. When the announcement came that Caitlin Clark would have her jersey retired on April 11, 2024, some fans were shocked to learn that the timing overlapped with Aya Wilson's big moment. Some felt it was disrespectful to schedule Clark's retirement.
Leading scorer in women's college basketball.
I think just all her dreams came true right then and there, and that's what she worked for. I mean, she's put all blood, sweat, and tears into this sport, and I think it.
But did Iowa really know the date of Wilson's ceremony when they made their plans? The truth might surprise you. At first, it wasn't clear that the two ceremonies were going to
One of the sentiments that was expressed was, oh, it's the same day as A'ja Wilson's, how could you do? First of all, I remember them announcing A'ja Wilson was getting her jersey retired, but I didn't remember the date or anything. When the Clark news broke, I didn't think about A'ja Wilson. And again, as is the case with Caitlin Clark, this only is going to bring more attention to A'ja.
Fans of Aya Wilson expressed their frustrations, taking to social media with tweets like, "Why would they retire her jersey on the same day as Aya Wilson's? Are you serious?" But here's the thing, the timeline doesn't support any conspiracy theories. The University of Iowa had already announced their plans to honor Clark, and South Carolina didn't reveal Wilson's jersey retirement date until later on. In fact, the decision to hold both ceremonies on the same day might actually bring more attention to Aya Wilson. If her ceremony were the only one of the day, it could have risked being overshadowed by the buzz around Caitlin Clark's legacy. But now, with two major events taking place on the same day, more eyes will be on women's basketball than ever before. It's not about competition, it's about celebration. Both women have.
Yes, Clark did get a standing ovation when Iowa's athletics director announced that the university will retire her number 22 jersey.
That number holds a lot of weight, far beyond my name, and I guess I'm just really grateful, and it'll be a special day when that happens for sure. Thank you. It's been very special,
And the spotlight on them is a sign of how far women's sports have come. In the end, sharing the stage might be the best thing for Aya Wilson. While fans might have had doubts at first, the overlapping ceremonies only highlight the growing popularity of women's basketball. There's no need for a rivalry.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with two schools retiring respective jerseys on the same day. But secondly, if you wanted the focus to be on A'ja Wilson, she'll probably get more attention as the second, most recognized jersey retirement of that day than she would have if she had to stay.
The rivalry between South Carolina and Iowa, especially when it comes to the spotlight surrounding Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson. Caitlin Clark's rise to fame has been nothing short of explosive. She's changed the game with her speed and scoring, capturing the attention of fans nationwide. With all of this new,
Iowa is rushing this. They're rushing, or everything is rushed with Caitlin Clark. No, she just did things faster and garnered more attention and more notoriety and celebrity and celebration and popularity.
Feel like Iowa is trying to steal some of the attention from South Carolina's own star. It's clear that Caitlin Clark has had a lasting impact on the University of Iowa and on women's basketball as a whole. Iowa's athletic director, Beth Gass, has made it clear that they are celebrating their own superstar and not trying to overshadow anyone else. But that brings us to the bigger question: why did it take South Carolina so long to honor Aya Wilson with the retirement of her jersey? Wilson, who graduated in 2018, will have her jersey retired in 2025. Fans are wondering why it took so long. But the truth might not be as complicated as it seems. There's no grand conspiracy. South Carolina just wasn't in a rush. Meanwhile, Iowa decided to retire Caitlin Clark's jersey last year, and of course, they want to do it during a high-profile game where they know it'll grab the attention of fans across.
Caitlin Clark was getting her jersey retired last spring. This is not something that just sprung up on everybody. Thirdly, of course they're going to do it in a high-profile game that a lot of people are going to see that happens to match up with the numeral.
Some have claimed that Iowa is deliberately trying to overshadow Wilson's moment by choosing the same weekend for a big game against USC, one that's already set to be broadcast nationally. But let's be clear, Iowa didn't know the date of Wilson's ceremony when they picked the date for their own. They're just capitalizing on the fact that women's basketball is becoming more and more popular. The reality is, it's not about disrespect. It's about the growing spotlight on the women's game. And while some fans are calling for the date to be moved to avoid a clash of moments, the bigger picture is that women's basketball is changing rapidly, and both Caitlin Clark and Aya Wilson are at the center of that change.